it's live. Okay, now it's working. He says it can't. Okay, just leave it.
Huh?
He said it wasn't working.
Good morning. Welcome to the Lilydale Spiritualist Church Sunday service. My name is Haviva Richards, and I will be your chairperson for this morning's service. For those that are able, would you please stand and open your hymnals to number 4 and stay resident to remain for the beauty of the earth. Infinite intelligence, God, we stand together in the presence of Spirit at this moment of prayer. May we open our hearts and minds to receive strength and support as we walk our individual paths. May we be guided with the words of our speaker and message bearers so that our everyday lives may bring honor and blessings to all of humanity. Amen. Amen. You may be seated. As spiritualists, we have no dogma or creed, but we are united in our principles. Our principles unite us in common beliefs and affirmations, and yet they change from time to time as we acquire new knowledge, wisdom, and understanding about our universe and our place in it. The principles of the National Spiritualist Association of Churches can be found on the inside front cover of your hymnals. Let us recite them together. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expressions of infinite intelligence. We affirm that correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that the communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven
precepts of prophecy and healing, our divine attributes proven through mediumship.
Thank you. Now, we are doing something new. Do we have new people here for today? If you would raise your hands. Welcome to our church, and we are so happy to see you. And we hope that you enjoy your time here on this wonderful day. So now we will move to our healing portion of our service. Paulette?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Spiritual healing is an important part of our service, an important part of our religion. This is a time for us to relax, meditate, and open ourselves to spiritual healing and for others. If you would please turn to the very back page of your hymnal, you'll find the healing prayer. Again, the very back page of your hymnal. We'll recite it together. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. If you turn your hymnals, please, to page 106, we'll sing the healing hymn together. Again, page 106. Please come forward. The healing benches are now open. I will now read from the healing list. Sam B., Chris B., Tara, Mary Lynn, Mark, Amy, Denise, Joanne and Greg P., Terry B., Becky, Neil, Lydia, Zach, Thomas, Frank L., Alexis, Lori, Ellie, Robert, Jules, Heather S., Sue L., Doug, Woody, Anna, Michelle B., Mike, Tracy, Kim, Jason, Amanda, Chelsea, Brooke, Maya, Cara, June, Jean, Bev, David T., Maylene T., Barb H., Lily B., Rita M., Wendy M., Linda D., Jim M., Barbara, Andrea, Betty, Karen, Scott, Den, Dean, Laura, Nancy, Irene, John, Eric, Allison, Mom and Dad, Emmy, Claire, Jules, Charlotte, John, Bess, Carl, Ben, Sandy, Kelly, Paula B. on her transition and her family, David J. for his transition and family, Susan and Elena P. At this time, you may softly call out the names of those that you would like to add to the healing list for any physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, or financial problems.
Kelly. Sheila.
We are grateful this morning for the healers, for Javi, Alexis, Michelle, and for Karen for her beautiful music. Let us pray. As we conclude the healing service for today, let us give thanks for the healings that have taken place in body, mind, and spirit. For each according to their need, let the light of healing and comfort go out across all the lands of the earth to everyone in need of spiritual nourishment, upliftment, and refreshment. We are reminded that we are all healers to our families, our friends, and ourselves. We ask to be guided in further development of our spiritual nature so that in that way we become even greater channels of service to others, and in that way prepare ourselves for the continuation of our spiritual lives in the spiritual realms. Amen.
Thank you to all for that wonderful healing this morning. Our speaker this morning is Bernard Payne. Bernie has been a resident of Lilydale for over 43 years. He is a member of Lilydale Spiritualist Church in 1978 and has served terms on the church board, most recently as church president. Bernie has been a member of Lilydale Volunteer Fire Company Incorporated since 1981. He has held offices as chief, assistant chief, secretary, vice president, and president for 30 years. Bernie is an active member of the local Elks Lodge and has held several positions in the lodge. He has just completed term as district deputy. Bernie is retired from Wells Fieldbrook Ice Cream, where he has worked for 39 years in quality. He was responsible for writing the nutritional facts and ingredients legends for the formulation and testing of ice cream. He's also responsible for company's kosher program. This requires taking the rabbi through the facilities to check all ingredients were kosher and properly listed, that all ice cream packages were kosher with kosher symbols were properly listed and approved. Before we have him speak this morning, let us stand and sing hymn number 156, Jubilee. If you would please rise then, if you are able. Number 156.
Good morning. Good morning. It's always an honor to stand on this platform and speak in this church. I have been a resident of Lilydale longer than any place else in my life, and I had parents that moved a lot. But it's good to be able to call Lilydale home and this church home. And Karen, thank you for choosing Jubilate.
Oh, you're welcome.
It is a very good song. It really emphasizes what spiritualism is, that there is no death and there are no dead, that as we leave the physical body and join the spirit world, we are still improving ourselves. We are still learning. We can never stop learning because we always have something new to gain. We find many things that inspire us, and it is the need for inspiration that causes us to grow, allows us to grow. Once we are inspired, we can do new things. As I've said many times in lectures before, and as we have been taught, thoughts are things. Thoughts are real. Thoughts create. Without a thought, nothing would be gained. And I try to encourage everyone else to try to be positive, to try as best they can to avoid negative, because with thoughts being real and thoughts have power, we don't want to empower the negative. We want to continue to give power to the positive. So I urge everyone to do your best to avoid, when you're speaking, to avoid a negative phrase or a negative word. It's definitely helps us to improve ourselves, improve our happiness, improve our health, because everything that we do has an effect. We are all connected, and as we recite in our in our principles of spiritualism, that we believe in infinite intelligence. And infinite intelligence, or God, is a source of everything, a source of life, a source of health, a source of inspiration, a source of creativity. There is a spark of God in each and every one of us. And that is what makes us interconnected. And we are connected to everything and everyone on this planet and in this universe. And that interconnectedness is what brings us into creativity and inspiration. The thoughts of one person can be picked up by another person and amplified. We get inspiration from many sources. Where would we be today without some of the inspiration that's come in the centuries of the past, in the years of the past? We are able to send vehicles into space. We have put a man on the moon several times. We were inspired by science fiction writers and writers from decades earlier, Jules Verne, H.G. Wells. They came up with the ideas of having people travel into space, travel to the moon, to Mars, and beyond. People who read those, children who read them in school and afterwards, and people who read them for leisure, got an inspiration, said, wow, this is possible. It was written as fantasy at the time, as fiction, but someone looked at it and said, I can do this. And they built a machine. They built something. They looked at mathematics and said, well, if we do things this way, we can gain this back. And the same with fantasy and science fiction movies and television. We have gotten the flip phone, the mobile phone, from the inspiration of Star Trek with their communicator. It's, and of course, as you know from the tie I'm wearing, I'm a trucker. So have been familiar with all of those, and there is a lot of inspiration to be gotten from what we see and what we read. We are the source of inspiration ourselves. Each one of us will inspire another person. In the words that we say, in the thoughts that we send out, are picked up and amplified. We are the authors and the architects of our own lives. We build upon what we have. We receive thoughts and inspiration from others. A simple word or a phrase or even a compliment from someone can be an inspiration. It can be something that we will say, wow, I never thought of it that way. And being positive is the key to it. There is a second key. In fact, the second key is probably even more important, and that's to love. We need to love ourselves. We need to love ourselves first and love everyone else equally. And as was said in the Gospels by Jesus, you need to love your enemy too. That doesn't mean you have to like your enemy, but love your enemy, because even if you don't agree with someone, they are still a creation and a spark of God's love. And we need to continue and realize that God's love is within us, and we need to send that love out to everyone else. And that love will also be a creative source. The more that we can send out and build upon, the better our lives will be. It's important to listen to other people, to listen to their points of view. As spiritualists, most of us, and we try to teach that, we have taken inspiration from all religions, and we try very hard not to bash any other, because all religions do have their true points, and we can gain from what they have, and hopefully they will gain from what we have. We can inspire them, we can help them to grow as they, over the centuries and the decades, have helped us to grow. Everything out there has a purpose. Even if we don't understand what that purpose is, it is there. We are we are the ones to find a way to do things. We are the ones to inspire others to do things, inspire others to greatness. Inspiration and love and positivity. Those are many of the keys that will help increase our own happiness and also increase the happiness of others. When I was working at the ice cream plant and the rabbi came in, he would make a visit at least once a month, sometimes more than one. They would have to inspect certain things. They would have to check all the ingredients. But while we were doing that, we had conversations, not about the ingredients, not about ice cream, not even about the kosher program, but questions of various religions. I had questions as far as what the Jewish religion held. He in turn had questions of mine. However, as in more cases than not, when I would ask a question, his response was, I really don't have the answer. Ask my wife. She's the one who knows all this. And fortunately, on several occasions, he would bring his wife along to help him do his inspection. So I did have the opportunity to ask, and yes, he did have the answers. That's an inspiring thing to realize that everyone is different, but at the same time, they are the same. As far as I said about being inspired, there are many things that we can do. We can read literature that is different from what we normally have. I mean, and we as spiritualists have many, many, many books and much writing to explain what our religion, our philosophy, and our science. We have gained much from that, and we continually to learn. And that literature, much of it is inspired literature. It is literature that has been received through automatic writing, through various other sources that we know are real. But at the same time, we need to read much of the inspired writings of other people, philosophers that we may not be familiar with. I personally enjoy reading essays and opinions written by the many Jewish sages over the centuries. It's interesting how they will take a phrase, a verse, a chapter in the Torah in particular, and explain it in such a way that you would not have, on casual reading, you would not have realized that's what it's meant, but they have the knowledge to say, this reflects back to this event, which reflects back to this one. And for example, the rivalry between Jacob and Esau is a mirror of the rivalry between Isaac and Ishmael, even though they really didn't have the rivalry, it was created for them. And that again reflects back to the rivalry between Cain and Abel. Now, as the rivalry between brothers comes down through the chapters, unless you look at it from a different way, you don't realize that there's a connection in the stories. And the same goes through carries on between the rivalry and the dislike between Joseph and his other 11 brothers. It's and what transpired as a result of that rivalry, and through basically the end of Genesis and through the beginning of Exodus. There's much to be learned from there, and you cannot, I don't believe any of us are able to understand exactly what is being related to in the scriptures without having assistance from others and reading it and getting different points of view. That goes with everything. I mean, a lot of things we read and we think we understand it, and then we're talking to someone and say, did you read such and such? Yes, I thought it was a fantastic thing. And this is what I got out of it. And you can say, wow, I never thought of it in that way. So we learn from each other, we inspire each other. We try to make the best of everything that we can have, and we try to raise ourselves up and raise our friends up and raise our community up, all by little things that we can do to help. We are the source. Each and every one of us has something to contribute. We are all important. We are all very important people in the eyes of God, because we are a spark of God. We are God's inspiration, and without that inspiration, we would not have had it. Can you imagine what it would be if no one ever thought of anything? We might still be living in caves and being hunter-gatherers, but someone decided, hey, we can do this better. And that inspired another one to do something better. We are here not as individuals, but as a society to help each other. And our own free thought inspires others. Our ability to do research, our ability to work in combination with everyone else helps us to become better people. It helps us to make a better community. It's a matter of being loving, inspiring, and interconnecting with everyone that we have and everyone that we know, and also all those that we don't know. Because we can say something, we can do something that changes another person, even though we don't know that person. We may say something in a checkout line at a supermarket or other store, saying it to the person that we're with, and it's overheard by someone else. And those words, even though we never intended them to be heard by someone else, the fact that they were may very well be something that is inspiring to that person. I can't say what it would be. It could be something from just a casual remark to something that that person hears that they hear a little differently than we intended. And it could be something that has helped them. The same thing as being positive all the time and trying to greet everyone. If you greet someone with a smile, that smile may lighten that person's day, because they may be having a bad day, but they see someone come by and look at them and give them a smile. It might be the light that just changes their day and changes their whole feel, their whole ideals, that they were there, that, you know, their reason for being down wasn't there, and this smile helped them. Being courteous to people, that is something that also inspires people. You know, to be out there and let someone know that they are an individual, they are a person deserving of respect, deserving of help. These little things are what help us. That is the love that we're sending out. Even though we may not even be thinking about it as sending out love at the time, these actions inspire others. These actions help others. They help them to grow. They help us to grow. And our whole purpose in this life and in the next life is to grow, to become better than we are, to continue to better ourselves, to continue to increase our knowledge, to become more than what we ever thought we could be, to do things to inspire others. It would be nice if everyone could be one of such inspiration. And we also have to send out our thoughts to help people to, again, be positive and to reject negative, even though negative is a necessary thing. You really can't have the positive if there isn't a negative, but that doesn't mean we need to emphasize it. They're two parts of the same thing, but we can work to improve one part and try to eliminate as much as possible the other. It's a fact that we need to work on, It's something that we need to do to improve ourselves, to send out love. Love is the key. Love is the source of creativity. Without that, we may not even gain the inspiration. Love is the most important part of all of it. It is what we need to do and try to increase ours, and to try to improve ourselves in many, many different ways. Everyone cannot do everything, but we do have certain talents and abilities, and we need to work to improve those abilities, to be positive, to try to work and say, I can do this. I can do this better. I take this information and I can turn it around and say, hey, this can actually work. I can do this. We need to be positive, and we need to keep positive thoughts out there. It's the most important thing we can do, is to keep those thoughts positive, to help others, to inspire them. As I asked for inspiration today for this talk, and it's one of the things that is needed to improve our lives, our communities, our country, the world, the universe for that matter. And we may be receiving inspiration from other beings in the universe that we are not even aware of. We may be receiving inspiration from who knows where. The fact that we receive it is the important thing. The source of it is not necessarily important, because we may not ever know what that source is. But that is important for us to keep in mind, to help others, to help ourselves, to do what we can to bring up the light and the emotions of others, to help them to realize what they are, helps us to realize what we are and what we can be. So, and to go back to the fact that I worked at an ice cream plant. Ice cream is a comfort food, and if you ever feel down, go and have some ice cream.
Thank you, Bernie. Ice cream is my favorite too. I love it. Would our ushers please come forward? It is now time for the offering to help support our church and its ministry. Great Spirit, we accept these gifts of love that will help us in continuing the promulgation of spiritualism. We ask for the blessings upon these gifts, these cheerful givers who seek to assist us in keeping this church as a lighthouse for the seeker of truth. Amen. Announcements. Join us after fellowship after service the first Sunday of every month. Michelle and Anita will be holding roundtable discussion and meditation after fellowship hour of 1 o'clock every month. We have our Lilydale Spiritualist t-shirts in the back on sale for $20. The shirt was designed by Andrea Piedmont. Anyone interested in membership of Lilydale Spiritualist Church may fill out an application and sign up for a philosophy class. Please see me for that information. We have had someone who's had a birthday recently, so we want to wish her a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Barbara.
Thank you.
I will be holding meditation circle here in the Healing Temple. It's held every Monday evening at 7 p.m. I will have a healing service this Monday, but the following Monday I will not be holding service and will not be here. All are welcome. It's a $5 left donation. Spiritualism 101 is offered on the first and third Saturday of every month here in the Healing Temple, except for this next Saturday, which will not be here, for a $10 per class, and it is also done on hybrid. Any members of Lilydale Spiritualist Church in good standing may apply for a scholarship from the JME Fund for any classes, workshops pertaining to spiritualism. For more information, please contact our secretary, Michelle Sadowski. Physical phenomena class is held here every Thursday evening starting, well, it already has started. It's at 7 p.m. here in the Healing Temple. Again, it will not be this next Thursday or the following Thursday since I will not be here. October 12th, I know you guys are excited about this date. October 12th will be our potluck after church services. This month, October is the theme for chili potluck. So bring your best chili, your best side dishes, and all are welcome. October 26th, we'll be having a platform decorum after church. Anyone wishing to serve as a healer, medium, and speaker needs to attend this class. Wednesday evenings, there is a healing church service at 7 p.m. here at the Healing Temple. If you're interested, please come to that. Also, October 24th through the 26th, Lilydale Assembly is having a Fall Fest. They have a bunch of different things happening each and every day. I hope that you attend. One of the days, Saturday the 25th, they have Meet the Fairies. So I'm excited about that. Also here on the 31st, we are actually filled on October 31st at 7 p.m. There is a trumpet seance. We are already booked for that, but we have planned a New Year's seance, and the dates and more information will come for that. We also have set up where the community churches will be doing a Christmas Eve service and a New Year's Eve service, so we're very excited about all of that. Did I get everything? Got everything. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to let everybody know we're going to resume transiting food over to the pantry. We kind of died off in the summertime.
Right.
I'm going to speak with the other churches to see if they would still like to participate, and I will be running food over there on Thursdays. So.
Yeah, so we have our food pantry. So thank you, Denise. We truly appreciate you for picking up the food and bringing it to the food pantry, because taking care of our community is very, very important. We also have a website of Lilydale Spiritualist Church, NSAC.com. We have a Facebook page, which the service is being broadcasted live at Lilydale Spiritualist Church, NSAC. And we have a YouTube page of Lilydale Spiritualist Church, NSAC. And if you want to subscribe to that, that would be wonderful. But for now, we're going to say goodbye to our friends on Facebook, and we will see you again next week. I'm showing her how to do this, so be patient with us. Do you see at the end?